All right. Hi, everybody. I'll do my official meet and greet. My name's Katrina, and I get the pleasure of launching these wonderful ladies tonight. I know they're all secretly crapping their pants, so I really appreciate you all jumping on and showing them support, because it's quite a daunting task to do. But what we're going to do is kind of have a little bit of a webinar to kind of explain to you what it is that they're doing. It's actually quite an amazing thing, so we want to bring it forward in a positive light and explain it so that any kind of misconceptions or worries or anything like that can be diminished. So I'm not sure if you guys know or whether you've seen their posts or anything like that, but we actually run through a program called the Soul Project, which amplifies a product called Juice Plus. Okay, so within Juice Plus, what that company is designed to do is spread the power of fruits, veggies, and berries. Okay, they really want people to understand that what was put here through plants is very important for our body. All right, so I'm going to jump on over to Jo. I would absolutely love her to talk about the products, and we will continue on through there. So, Jo, let me just spotlight you. Go for it. If you could explain a little bit about Juice Plus, and then we'll hear from our wonderful launchers.
No worries at all. Hello, everybody. So Juice Plus came into my life about 10, 11 months ago. I was working in family daycare, taking care of 4 little munchkins under the age of 4. So I was running around crazy all day, every day. I found the product through Facebook. Thought it was really, really interesting, thought the idea behind it was very, very interesting. So I looked at all of the research, thought, this looks pretty amazing. I am a breast cancer survivor, so I'm actually very, very particular about what I put in my body. I try to avoid all excess chemicals and anything that isn't natural, if at all possible. So I read up all the research, found it looked amazing, decided to give the products a go for myself. Within 2 weeks, I knew that these things were brilliant. I had energy, I could keep up with the kids, that brain fog in the afternoon was gone. I was sleeping all the way through and woke up feeling amazing. And something else I've just recently realised is I used to get a migraine once a week, usually on a Tuesday. I have no idea why. The doctors couldn't tell me. It just happened on almost every Tuesday night. And I have been, I think we were working it out at about 8 months. I have not had a migraine for 8 months. So to me, that's just amazing. And to think that it's just, I haven't really picked up on it until I've really started to think about the benefits I've had. So it's just absolutely love it. So these here are our fantastic little capsules. We have veggies, fruit, and berries. Now, what is amazing about these is they have a food label on them. So what is actually in the capsules is what's on here. So we have carrot, cabbage, kale, broccoli, beetroot, tomato, garlic, parsley, spinach, oat bran, and that is it. Even the capsules themselves are made from tapioca. They are completely vegan. There's no animal products. There's no dairy. As far as gluten goes, there's less than 20 parts per million. So we've got many people who are celiac and things like that who are able to take these products. The way that these are encapsulated is fantastic. So these are left to vine ripen. All of the fruit, the veg, and the berries are left on the plants to vine ripen. They are then picked at peak ripeness. They're washed, they are crushed, and that's the skin, the stem, the core, the seeds, absolutely everything. So all that nutrition that we normally miss out on, it's all pulped and then juiced and then dried at a in the room. It's very, very low oxygen. So it's very slowly dried, and what that does is just evaporate the water and the sugar, which means we are left with all of the nutrients. That's then encapsulated to preserve it and popped into these for us. So we have so much research behind our products. It's just amazing. If you haven't had a chance to have a look at it on the website, whoever invited you here can send you a link if you're really interested in the science, but there's over 33 peer-reviewed medical published journals regarding our products, and it's just been proven that within 5 minutes of you taking the capsules, they are working in your body exactly the same as if you were to eat the grape, the raspberry, the bilberry, whatever it is. So that's our little capsules. The other amazing thing is that with the purchase of those, we actually have kids products for free. So with every adult's purchase of those ones, if you've got a child aged between 4 and 18, you can get the kids version, which is exactly the same, but it's turned into a little chewy, so the kids think it's a lolly. And they come free for the kids for 4 years. So our company is so heart-driven about helping the nutrition of everybody in the world. They've been giving these away for over 10 years, and we have over 1 million children on this children's health study. And what it's been shown is that the kids who are taking these have less days off school and out of daycare sick. They're sleeping better, their digestion's better, their behaviour is better in some cases, and they're actually changing the kids' palates. The kids are craving the fruit, the veg that they're getting, because like attracts like. So as what they eat these, that's then what they want. There's so many stories from mums who've walked into the kitchen completely amazed because their kids are in the fridge pulling out a carrot or a cucumber and just munching on it, and that's never happened before. So we love hearing those stories. And then the only other product that we have is our complete powder. So it comes in chocolate or vanilla. And these, again, are not like the shakes that you can buy in the chemist. These are completely dairy-free. They're made on pea protein, not on whey protein. So, again, they're vegan. They are completely full of all of your veggies. So the things that we know we should eat, but we often don't get round to. Mushrooms, spirulina, pomegranate powder, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, radish sprouts, ancient grain blend. So all of those things are in there. And it's just, if you're like me and a breakfast skipper, this is the most amazing thing to come into your life, because it just makes that either the breakfast or, you know, maybe the afternoon tea when you're reaching for something that maybe isn't such a great choice. These are fantastic. I personally love it just with water and ice, and I turn mine into a chocolate frappe. My hubby throws in frozen banana and frozen mango and whips it up and has basically ice cream for breakfast every morning. So these are awesome. So that's your macronutrients to go with your micronutrients. And that's really how simple our products are. They are fruit, veg and berries, and they just really bridge the gap, because we all know we need them. We all know that we don't get enough, and the stuff that we do buy from Coles and Woolies, it's possibly been frozen for a year. It's been ripened up by gas or under lights, and it was picked months before we've eaten it. So that's all of this is. It's not a replacement, but it's just an opportunity to bridge that gap. Along with the products, we have lifetime access to our program, which is called the Juicy Body Transformation Guide. In that program is basically just information on getting more whole foods into your life. It's completely deprivation free. The program is designed so that we never have to diet again. It's about swapping the bad stuff out and getting the good stuff in. This here, we have hundreds and hundreds of recipes available. This here is the Thermomix version, which I was looking through today. And just as an example, so we have choc chip biscuits made with chickpeas instead of flour. I've made them before. They are amazing. You can never tell the difference. So just by swapping out maybe some of that bleached white flour for chickpeas, the whole foods, that's what this program is based around. And the results that we are amazing. We've got a testimonials group with over 250,000 people in there. And the stories that you come in there that you can read, it's just utterly mind-blowing. Because it's just whole food nutrition, we never know what it's going to do for a person, but we do know that it floods your body with the goodness it needs to get it working as good as it can do. So what we might do is, Katrina, did you want to introduce Jazz?
I'd love to. This is one of my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for that, Jo. I've actually never heard the product explained so eloquently and gracefully. You're an absolute goddess. So
I just love it.
I know you do. So that's most of the time. That's exactly where we come about. We've either been in Juice Plus or been around the Soul Project, and that's why we love it, because we've had good results. So Joe's certainly one of those. Now, Jazz was actually a friend of mine for years and years. We used to dance together. And she actually started the products a while ago and has then started to go on and look at the business. So it is her business launch tonight, but I would love to hear about her product story first, because I think she's got a really cool one. So Jazz, I'm going to spotlight and the floor is all yours.
It's all me. Alrighty. Hi, everybody. So I started off with just the berries, and I didn't like taking any tablets or any vitamins, and I thought, I'll have a look into this because I knew Katrina and I trusted her. So I took the berries, and after a couple of weeks even, the energy I got was ridiculous. Like, I was a full-time teacher, and I was having bees in the mornings and coffees in the mornings, and I'm not having any of those since I started the berries. So I'm pretty stoked with that. And then I looked into it more, and I thought I'll give the fruit and veg a go as well. So I'm on all three. And the fruit and veg, since I've been taking them, my head is clearer. It's like less foggy. Anxiety's gone in the mornings. So I'm really happy with that. And I just love the whole aspect of it, the whole foods, everything's natural. That just means heaps to me. So then the shakes I'm absolutely loving as well as a teacher. Don't always have my lunch. Don't always have time for lunch. So I'm stoked that they are amazingly delicious. And I have them during lunch sometimes. And if I need to skip brekkie, I just grab one on the go, and yeah, I know that I'm getting everything that I need in the mornings. So it's really good. Loving them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, darling. You did so well. Thank you for sharing. Cool. And we got one other beautiful lady who is also launching tonight, who's going to share her product story. Beck, where are you, babe? There you are. I'm going to unmute you.
I am here.
Woo, awesome.
Yep.
Now, let's hear your story, darling.
Hi. So basically, about 7 months ago, I decided to start Juice Plus because I was working really long hours at work. And I was just exhausted. I was just like a zombie first thing in the morning, get out of bed, couldn't concentrate at work, that sort of thing. So I remember seeing it on Facebook and thought, why not? I'll give it a shot. So I did, and within a week I was just feeling so energized. I could get out of bed, no problems. There wasn't 10 snoozes before I got out like there used to be. And then I was quite amazed with that. And then the next few weeks, oh, the cat just popped up. The next few weeks it just got better and better. My energy levels were just great. I wasn't having trouble sleeping or anything like that anymore. I was finding that, oh my God, sorry, my cat's being really annoying. I was finding that the brain fog had gone when I was at work. My migraines had also gone away. I haven't had one since, and that was about 7 months ago now. I don't really get headaches either anymore. Another issue I had was I was always struggling to put on a bit of weight and keep it to where I was happy. So since taking this product, I've actually put on a couple of kilos, and I've maintained it the entire time for probably about 5 or 6 months now. That weight stayed the same, which has always been a big struggle of mine. And I'm also craving fruit and water a lot. So I don't really have chocolate anymore. It's just not something I want. But yeah, as I said, like mainly fruit and water. It's quite crazy. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my story and the reason why I did it.
Awesome. Thank you, darling. I love hearing everybody's stories. And you know what I find is really cool? Like I think Joe got it at the start, because it's literally whole foods, we never know what it's going to do for people. Like Beck, it helped her put on weight. You know, there's been other people I know that it's helped drop weight significantly. But I really think it's just about finding that balance in your body that's naturally supposed to be there, but we deprive ourselves that absolute value because we eat so much processed food and we don't top it up with the actual nutrients that it needs. So it's really funny that when we start to flood our body with that good stuff, what our body does to rectify the deficiencies. So it's a beautiful product. For me personally, I won't go into it too much because there's been so many beautiful stories. But I really struggled mentally. So for me, this was more of a mental fix. I didn't want to go on antidepressants, but I knew that would be my next best step. So what I found really cool was the fact that this is all natural. The shakes actually contain a natural mineral called niacin, which is a natural antidepressant. So for me, it was fantastic. The energy was the first thing I noticed, like a lot of the other girls. And for anybody that's felt shitty, you understand that's the first thing you want to see. You want to feel better. You want to have longer lasting days. You want to hop out of bed. So for me, it totally transformed my life. And that's why I'm really passionate about sharing it, because when I got results, I knew that there were other people out there that I could help as well that needed these benefits. So what I did was I actually talked to the lady who got me into it, and I talked to her about creating my own aspect that incorporated Juice Plus. And what I came up with was called the Soul Project. For me, I'm a very big on physical health. I used to own a dance studio, so I understand that our bodies need to work optimally and that they should be exercised quite often. But going through my mental struggles, there's not a great support there for mental illnesses and for mental anguish. And then on the other aspect was what moved me out of any of these kind of difficulties was our spiritual health. I think quite often we are not looked after in those three aspects. We most of the time focus on physical health and we leave the mental and the spiritual health beside. So I created the Soul Project in order to really push towards a new health movement that covers everything and creates more of life for us, you know, whether that be health-wise, financial-wise, or goal-wise. Sorry, guys. Let me know if my connection gets too bad. I don't know, baby. Go and have a look, Bubby. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me know if my connection gets too bad, if I keep cutting in or out, because that's annoying. Oh, good, Lisa. You figured it out. If anybody else does have issues with their audio, it may just be the first time that you log in. You may need to just disconnect and reconnect the audio again. Cool. Yeah. So anyway, I created the Soul Project, but because I was coming underneath the banner of Juice Plus, I had a few issues at the start to begin with. Sorry. This is like, has anybody seen that, that viral YouTube thing that's been going around with the kids that come in and out? I really laughed because it's the story of my life doing webinars like this. So this is Lola. Cool. And yeah, so when I came into this, obviously it comes under the banner of Juice Plus, which is a direct selling company. So for me, that scared me. I thought, you know, what is it? Is it some kind of crazy pyramid scam? Do I have to go out and bug all my family and friends? Like, how do I make this work? Because I want people to understand what these products are. So one of my biggest issues at first was people were telling me it was a pyramid scam. Okay, I'd never really heard of that before. I'd seen things like, you know, certain Amways and Goji berries and all those things pop up and down, but I didn't really understand anything about it. So when I came in, Lauren, who was my upline, actually showed me something similar to this. So I was running a dance business, all right? To get to there, I actually had to work 7 years as a retail clerk. Like I had to go through retail tourism. So I started the retail down here just as a checkout chick, and I worked there for 7 years. Here's our CEO at the top. I worked there for 7 years and I managed to get up to here. I was like senior supervisor or something crazy. So that was 7 years of my life, you know, long weekends, long hours, missing time away from my family. When I was younger, missing time away from my friends. I was working Christmas, I was working Boxing Day, I was working Easter. I just had literally no time because I was putting it all into this guy's business. Now, it served me because I could save up and create something that I wanted to. But I was literally told that I was worth a dollar figure for every hour of my life. I didn't find that fun. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like going to work. And these guys literally told me what to do every step of the way. When we started going for promotions, like at the end there, I wanted to become assistant manager. And it was between me and one of my really good friends because we'd worked there for 7 years together. And it literally came down to the fact that, you know, one of us was going to get it and one of us wasn't. And it became mean. Like I don't know what possessed us, but we started to turn against each other because we wanted that promotion. And it really kind of, this is how good the products are. This is what my daughter's disrupting me for. Yeah, go sit down with Dad, please. Thank you. Yeah, so literally we started turning on each other to be able to get promotions, and it wasn't fun. Okay, but not long after that, I actually left and started my own dance studio in which I was the CEO. So Katrina was at the top here. And I was like, sweet, this is all my dreams come true. This is what I've wanted. This is what I've grown towards. Then what I realized was that I now owned a whole business. I was responsible for people's wages. I was responsible for their time off. I was responsible for electricity bills, for insurance bills, for all this crazy kind of stuff that was giving me no more freedom than working full time for somebody else. Okay, probably even more stress. And, you know, that money would come in and then it would go straight out. So to me, I couldn't find something that worked, and I was really frustrated. I'd always been a little bit skeptical of anything else. I think that's what we're kind of taught. But when I came into this, Lauren showed me that, and she was like, you know, to be honest, what we think is normal is a pyramid scam. We work our whole lives for someone else sitting at the top of our pyramid, and we don't make it anywhere. You know, a lot of us don't. There's very fine chances of us moving from a base position to a CEO position. So she explained this to me, and it made perfect sense. So I hope it does to you guys too. When we come into our Juice Plus business, we come in as what we call a virtual franchisee. And I really enjoyed this because I see, and I've got to help so many people after the last 12 months of all different demographics. So it doesn't matter your religion, your race, your creed, your gender, any kind of background information whatsoever. We all come in with the same aspect to create an amazing business. I like that because no one's stepping over each other. You know, nobody's getting special treatment, whether you're a doctor or whether you're a stay-at-home mum with no credentials whatsoever. You start down at the bottom, okay? We have our CEO position, which is NMD, and there's unlimited positions at the top. So you are not competing with anybody to get up there because you can both sit up there. Okay, there's no animosity between getting promotions, and there's unlimited earning potential to reach there. Okay, different to what I'd kind of experienced in both of my other ones. My dance business, if anybody's ever done dancing or been around an atmosphere like that, it got extremely bitchy. There were people competing, there were people wanting my attention, and it became quite a nasty environment. I know I used to do early daycare, early childhood as well, which is the same predominantly women-driven type of field. I don't know what it is with us women, but sometimes we get really nasty. And I think it's because we're put in these situations that instead of letting us nurture and become an amazing, you know, figure, it stops us and it limits us, and we have to do as we're told, and it doesn't prosper any growth. In this, we literally can boom, but the only way we can boom is by helping others do it as well. So I really enjoy that because it means that there's people out there that are going to support you and support you properly. All right, so I hope that makes a little bit of difference between explaining to you how our business is different to traditional business. It's actually in an amazing light that it's different. So I'm going to jump on over now. One of my other main concerns was that I didn't know enough people, but Catherine's going to explain that to us.
Hi. Yeah, so I guess a lot of people do think that they have to know a lot of people when you're talking to them about the business to be able to succeed. So I started, I've got my little board. So I started with myself up here. Oh, now my pen's not going to work. So me. And all I did was put a Facebook post on a buy, swap and sell all the way up in Mount Isa, far north Queensland. And I found Michaela. So, oh, my pen's not working. So, Michaela. I also posted on my own Facebook just about starting my venture and all that sort of stuff, which got interest from a friend called Larissa. So Larissa asked me all about it, how to start and what it's all about, and all about the products. So we had a discussion about that. So while I'm helping these two girls find their team, I've also continued talking to people, and I came across Alison. I've also come across Carmen. I've come across Amber Lee. And Amber Lee has started talking to her sister-in-law about it, and Tila is very interested in the business as well. Sorry. So I'm teaching these girls how to do the same thing that I've done just by plugging into our system that we get shown throughout the business. Alrighty. So we don't really need to know a lot of people to start. And we have something called the power of numbers. So we start off with ourselves. So we have us, and we share with 2 people. Those 2 people share with another 2 people, which makes 4 people. Those 4 people share with another 2 people, which is 8. Those 8 people share with another 2 people, which is 16. Oh, sorry, 16. And then those 16 turn into 32. Just by me at the top here sharing with 2 people. That was it. But we like to try and share with 5 people if we can. So 5 people. Those 5 people share it with another 5 people, which makes 25. Those 25 people share it with another 5, which equals 125. Just by me sharing with 5 people, we're at 125. Those 125 people share with another 5 people, which makes 625 people. Those 625 people share another 5 people, 3,125 people. Obviously, we don't need 3,000 people to be successful in the business, but that's definitely how simple and our business can be, just by sharing our results and our great products, which just are incredible. And that's how easy it is to grow our business.
Awesome. Thank you, darling. Cool. That's fantastic. That was Kat's first time sharing, so I know she was a little bit nervous, but she killed it. Good job, darling. You did a great job. Cool. So that's exactly how it happens. It literally, you don't need to know lots of people. It's probably better if you don't, because you get to go out there and meet more really cool people along the way. So that's what happened with me. When I first started, I literally shared it with 2 people, Miranda and Jess. So they are now my well-established leaders. And my team from 2 people in 12 months has expanded to 200. So I am like the absolute epitome of that popcorn graph, because I know it works. I know that it happens really successfully and really fast, and you get to meet so many cool people as well, which is my favorite part. Now, the other thing that kind of bugged me when I first started this journey was that I was concerned. I love the product. I wanted people to have it, but I didn't want to come across like I was selling. To me, it didn't suit the product. It didn't suit my vibe. I'm way more about attracting people that are going to find it useful, rather than going out there and headhunting people. So what I found was that the most successful way to get people to take your product and to feel the benefits and to start to see their health change as well, we literally use a method called UTR. So we use the product, we talk about it, and we share our results. That's all we do. That's how we make money. Okay, so literally, if you think about it, when we see a good movie, we post about it. We tell people to go see it. When we go to a good cafe and we get a good meal, we take a photo and we put it on Instagram, and we hashtag the cafe that sold it to us. That is advertising. Okay, that's word of mouth advertising, and that's literally what we do with Juice Plus. We put up a few posts explaining how it makes us feel, and the people out there that want better health and are looking for a product like ours come to us and start asking questions. Now, this is my favorite part of the event, because I get to talk about the money side, which is something when I first started this 12 months ago, to me, money was a bit of a dirty word. And to think that people made lots of it, wow, they must have been horrible people. Like, it really got me thinking, you know, I was so negative about money, but now I absolutely love it, because I've seen the choices that it's got to give me and my family. So I get really excited about talking about it on launches like this. So Juice Plus and the products have actually been around 30 years. So they're not a new phase. The same exact products with the exact ingredients have been around for 30 years, so 3 decades. And for that entire 3 decades, they've never once paid money for advertising. We're a complete direct selling company, so we rely on customers to love the product and to introduce other people to the product that way. So for me, I think that makes sense. That's honest marketing. It's not paying Kim Kardashian to sit on top of a billboard and say how fabulous, you know, and how this lipstick changes the way her face is shaped. Like, it's nothing bullshit like that. It's literally just people who love it, talking about it and sharing their results and introducing people to it that way. It's okay. She can sit in here with me. Cool. Yeah. So when we talk about that, there's literally like a fund up here. I'd love to see it. 3 decades worth of saving all that marketing money. So no advertising, no marketing, no celebrity endorsements. They've got a huge pile of money sitting up there from just selling the products. Then what they do is they give it to people like us who go out there and talk about the product. Okay, people who work hard. And what I love about this is that you come into this business and you own it. So if you're just a mum who only wants, you know, enough money to have coffee each month to go out with her friends, that's what you do the business for. If you're like me, I wanted to transform my life. I wanted to replace my income. So I hit the ground hard, and I made sure that I really was going for a strong vision. I could create my income within 5 months of joining this business, and I could give up my other 2 jobs, which was really crazy. All right, I'm going to show you exactly how we make that money. And then that way it might get you a little bit inspired to look at something like this and to think outside the box if you're unhappy with the way you are traditionally making money at the moment. So when we come into the business, we come in as a VF, a virtual franchisee, like I talked about before. Within 10 days, we move to what we call DVF. Now with that comes a $100 bonus. So straight away, the company gives you $100. Oh, you'll just have to cut my head off for a little while. The company gives you $100 to say, well done for taking a chance in us. Here's to show that we appreciate your efforts. Okay, then within 40 days, we move to SDVF and get a $400 bonus. And what I really like about this business is that we create an atmosphere of helping. Okay, so when you go out of your way to help others achieve SDVF, you get $400 as well as them. So you get rewarded for your hard work. Then we move on to SC, which is a $600 bonus, and a $600 bonus if you teach somebody else to get there. Then we've got SSC, which is $1,200, and $1,200 if you teach someone else. Then QNMD, which is $1,500, and $1,500 if you help someone else. And then we move on to our pinnacle, which is NMD, and that's actually a $3,000 bonus. And the person that taught you no longer needs a bonus because they're probably sitting on about 100 grand per annum residual income. So to explain that to you guys, it's not a job that you need to work hard at for a long time. It's not one of those things where you can say, yeah, that's cool, but is this going to take me 5 years to get to? I've been doing it 12 months, like I said, and I'm literally just about to hit here. So within 12 months, I've been able to create a 6-figure income from home with my babies, putting them first, taking them to school, dropping them off, picking them up. Most of the time I take their friends as well because their mums have to drop them early to leave to work. And I just feel like there's such a better way out there to do it, which gets your time back. You start to own your time again, because with an online business like this, you work those hours when it suits you. You know, most of my time as my kids were growing up, I would do it around their nap times, when on the days that they were at kindy. And on the days that they weren't, I would make the most of spending it with them. Now, another thing that I absolutely love sharing, because it's more not so much my dream, but it's to represent what you could do as well. Okay, so for me, like I mentioned, I was working 2 traditional businesses all the time, and I had 2 babies that I was missing out on seeing. My partner and I absolutely love Bali. For anybody that's been, you'll probably understand why, but I always had an absolute goal of living there. I just had no idea how I was going to make it happen. Yeah, she just munches on the chews. It's better than the capsules. She'll sit there and open up my capsules and just go for it. But yeah, so we really loved Bali, but having traditional businesses, when I left, they would fall apart. So I tried to leave as little as possible, which didn't leave much time for holidays. So I never knew how it was going to happen. When I got to this position, I actually gave up my work and we went and lived in Bali for 2 months of last year. So we picked up my family of 4 and I took this business with me. And I worked from the side of the pool for 2 months. It was absolutely phenomenal. It was the biggest dream for me to achieve. And it started me to make me realize that I wanted to create something that I could help other people chase their dreams. We really stop focusing on ourselves and we start just doing shit that we don't enjoy because it becomes a habit. And most of the time that's work. We go to somewhere that we're not really fulfilled with, but we need to do it in order to pay the bills. There is a better way out there, guys. There really is. And that's why I love sharing this. And I know that these girls that are launching tonight are quite excited because they're starting to feel the benefits of it as well. Now I'm going to break on over. I'd love to get Vicky to share because Vicky is launching tonight as well. So she might have some beautiful guests on and we're going to hear her business story. So what she's found so far in the business. I know she just hit an awesome promotion last month. But I'll let her share that with you while I wrestle these chews off Lola.
Thanks, Katrina. Hi, guys. I'm pretty nervous, but I'll let you know. I started, I think it was at the beginning of the year, thanks to the lovely Jo who spoke earlier. Thank you, Jo. And I really joined because I just wanted to get ahead for my partner, myself and my family financially and help us achieve a few goals that we have financially. So I work full-time as a teacher like one of the other ladies that spoke, and I am hoping that I won't have to work full-time sometime maybe in the next 12 to 18 months. That is one of my goals with this business. So I'm really excited to see where this can go, and I'm also really excited to see how I can grow just as a person with this business. I've got such great leaders and a great team around me, and that's what I'm really enjoying at the moment. So, and that's my really short business story.
Thanks. I'm excited to see you rock it too.
Thanks, Katrina.
No, my pleasure, darling. And now we've got one lucky last speaker on tonight. We'll leave her right to the end to keep her nervous all the time. And it's Mel. Mel, I'm going to spotlight you, babe, and I'd love to hear how you got into Juice Plus and what you're finding so far. I know you're only early days, aren't you?
Yeah. So, quite frankly, I came into 2017 as a young mum. I just had my boy. He's 3 months now. So, I came in feeling sorry that my partner was having to support us, me being at home looking after him. So I had lost a lot of weight during my pregnancy and I just felt so bad about myself and I hated looking at myself. I spent a lot of my time crying because I felt so bad and felt like I needed to do something. So I was looking for about 3-4 days for jobs that I could do at home and I ran into so many scams. Like I have numbers calling me from London at the moment saying that I signed up for something when quite frankly I didn't. So I came across this through Jazz, which was advertised on Gumtree. And looking into it, it opened my eyes so much. And I was like, this is for me. So during my pregnancy, I had lost so much weight. I had no energy. I have a swallowing problem, which I go in for my operation on Monday, which I found out today. So I looked at it and I was like, this is for me. This is me. I can do this. So coming into it, I didn't reach the $100 bonus within the 10 days because I had so much going on. But I have my doubts, but then I'm like, no, I can do this. So I'm looking at growing my business. I've never set long-term goals, but Juice Plus has opened my eyes and I actually have. But yeah, like it's helping others. I've shared it to other mums that I know. Like it's so good for single mums. So I've shared it to all of them. But yeah, like I just came into it because it benefits me. It can benefit my friends. But yeah.
Ah, that's lovely. Thank you, hon. That's really cool. Good luck for Monday.
Thank you.
I hope everything goes well for you. And I love your story too. I really love your story. I think so many of us mums want to be able to contribute, but we don't want to leave our babies. So this is the perfect balance really for that. So great stuff, darling. I know you're going to go so far. I don't care that you missed your first bonus. There's so many more on the table. And literally, like, I am going to explain that right now. So thank you for the segue. It was really cool. But we actually get paid 3 ways in the business. So bonuses are great. We call them the fun money because it's one big lump sum. But we actually do get paid 3 ways. So that is only one specific way of our income. Now, to show that, this is more for people who are thinking, you know, short term, this is awesome. But if you're thinking long term and you want to create an income, specifically a residual income, if anybody has ever heard of that mythical creature called residual income, it is a beautiful thing. Let me tell you that from sitting here 12 months after the fact. To be able to get paid while you're anywhere in the world, while you're doing anything, while you're going to your daughter's school assembly, like those type of things, that residual income is fantastic. So I'm going to explain to you guys how to make that happen if you're looking at it for a kind of replacement thing, if you want to replace a job that you're doing. So we come in and if we teach it really well to 3 people, you're looking at about 1.5 grand a month. Okay, sorry, that's a bit hard to see, isn't it? So about $1,500 a month just in your residual income if you can get 3 people in this business doing it well. So this is separate to your bonus and this is separate to your retail profit. Okay, then we move on to 8 clubs. So if you've got 8 people in your business doing it really well, that's about a 2 grand a month. Now, when we looked at that popcorn effect, this is everywhere in the business. It's not just your front line, so the people direct to you. This can be anywhere in that popcorn. Okay, then we move on to 12 club. And that's about a 4 grand a month. So this is when I went to Bali. That was when 6 months in and I gave everything up. And then we look at about 24 club, which is about 8 grand a month. And then we look at 50 club. So that's 50 people in your business that are working really well. And that's about a 10 to 13 grand. And then we move on to 100 club, which is anywhere from 20 grand upwards a month of residual income. So it just goes to show that this is something that can boom very quickly. If you use those powers of numbers that Kat talked about earlier, it's actually an amazing opportunity. And what you've got to think about is that that's just not money. That is impacting people's lives. Like they're getting on the product. They're seeing health benefits. They're becoming better people. They're becoming better fathers and mothers because they're showing better health diets to their children. You know, and that's what I love. It's not just money in your bank account. It's lives changed and good energy and positive energy, which is always going to be returned to you. So it is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful industry and a business model that works. So, you know, if any of this kind of ticks your boxes or makes you feel intrigued, definitely ask the questions. Oh, sorry, darling, I can. Good thinking. And I will pop it up so that you can have a look at those figures. Oh, there we go. You can see them better now. Cool. So if any of this makes sense to you, if any of it intrigues you, definitely get your questions answered. I sat on the fence and watched Lauren do this for 18 months before I gave it a yes. And now I look at and see what I've created in 12 months. And if I had about an extra 18 months on top of that, I would just be super stoked. But divine timing is a great thing. So I always think if this has been introduced to you and you have questions, get them answered because we are the most transparent company. We will tell you whatever it is. We all had fears. We all had doubts coming into this. So you never have to be proud or anything like that. We all feel it. And we're all normal people that made it work as well. So definitely. And, you know, if you're sitting there and you're thinking it's not for me, that is absolutely okay because I respect that everybody has their own journeys. But just know that this is what your friends are doing. Please support them. because they obviously have a vision to change their life and to want to go out there and help others as well. And the best way that you can do that is through actual support, so enjoying their journey with them and helping them. So if you know of anybody who needs help or anybody who needs wealth help, maybe get them to talk to whoever invited you here. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Enjoy your Wednesday night. I really appreciate you jumping on, as I know everybody else who shared did. And thank you so much for your shares, girls. Those of you who talked, you did a fantastic job. I'm really proud of everybody who did it for the first time. And I'm excited to see what the journeys are going to unfold for you. So well done. Thank you so much for your time. I will stop recording.